Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. On to the next problem, lead code 1433. Check if a string can break another string. Let's see what the problem statement is. We have two strings s1 and s2 with the same size, so both of them are of same size. Check if some permutations of string s1 can break some permutations of string s2 or vice versa. We have to check if some permutations of string s1 can break some permutations of string s2. String s1. In other words, s2 can break s1. S1 can break s2. S2 can break s1. Sorry, string x can break string y if x of 5 is greater than or equals to y of 5 in alphabetical order for all I between 0 and n minus 1. So we have to set both the strings in alphabetical order. Let's take s1 comma s2 equals to s1 dot list of s1 comma list of s2. Let's print okay. Now let's sort those out. S1 dot sort and s2 dot sort. Okay. The string x can break string y if x of I is greater than or equals to y of I. For all for all I. So we have to check for all I. X of I greater than or equals to so for I in range of length of s1 if s1 of 1 sorry s1 of I is less than s2 of I. A or else would return true. A is greater than or equals to A, B is less than X, Check if some permutation of string S1 can break some permutation of string S2 or vice versa. In other words, S2 can break S1. AYX is permutation of S2 which can break two string. How is that? Greater than or equals to B is less than Y. String X can break string Y if X of I is greater than or equals to Y of I for all I. So let's see for A, A, B, and A, C, D. And N is between 1 and 10 to the power of 5. Which is the length, and it's clearly suggests we cannot do permutations. It's giving false for everything. Given two strings S1 and S2 the same size. Check if some permutation of S1 can break some permutation of S2. S2 can break S1. String X can break string Y if X of I is greater than or equals to. So AYX is permutation of S2 which can break string ABC. A is greater than or equals to A, Y is greater than or equals to B, and X is greater than or equals to C. And it also holds for A, X, Y. But here A is greater than or equals to A, B is less than C, and E is less than D. The phrasing is really confusing. alphabetical order. All permutations for S1 equals to AB are AB, AEB, BAE. Okay, these are all the combinations. Okay. Permutation of S1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. L is greater than or equals to I. E is less than N. E less than E. D less than E. E less than I. E less than I. E less than N less than R. L less than V. L less than T. O less than V and T less than W. Hmm. ascending. I got an idea. Ascending, descending, both should be false initially. Or let's keep case 1, case 2. If case 1 and case 2, A is greater than A, greater than or equals to A, and B is less than X. Ouch. Well, S2 can break S1. A is greater than or equal to X is greater than or equals to B, and Y is greater than or equals to C. I think we need two iterations to be done. We need two more cases here. So C1, C2, C3, C4. I think that's it. Let's see if it is working fine and the problem statement itself is not properly worded. Worded properly worded. So let's see what's happening here if we submit it. Well, it is working fine, but not very optimal solution. Let's see what hints and topics say. Sort both strings and then check if one of them can break the other. That's what we are doing. And for the topic string greedy sorting, let's take help from the GPT, or we can just see other solutions. Okay, they're doing a oh, let's see. Check D1 and D2 for C in alphabets. f plus equals to d of c minus d1 of c d2 of okay, we passed a dictionary. Passed dictionaries. That's one great solution. And what is this? So the symbol is used as a bitwise OR operator. Okay, that's simply R. Why did he made it this complex? He could use or well, it is same as ours, but in a different way. Instead of sorting them all out, since we'll have only 26 letters, he took them in alphabetical order, as it said here in alphabetical order. So let's do the same. Dict1 and dict2. Dict1 equals to counter of s1 and dict2 equal to counter of s2. Now if P, C, F, H, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, W, Y, Z. So for every alphabet, one of So how is this? Both of us are doing kind of same thing, but how is this more efficient than ours? Because we are doing sorting in a solution which would take analog and time. Oh, is he doing is accumulating the difference. If that character does not exist in both, then we will have zero as a difference. Um, It is confusing. How I couldn't make sense of it, so let's try to understand it. But this should give a key error. Something is fishy. A, B, C. Of got it. So it is working like a default dict. If the value does not exist, then it is considering a 0. A minus A will be 0 and B minus 0 will be 1, and for C it is 1, for Y it is 1, and for Z, for X and Y it is minus 1 and plus 1, which will make us 0. And from here, which is an example for false, 1 minus 1 is 0. B minus 1 will give plus 1. E minus 1 will give plus 1. And for A, 1. C minus 1. D minus 1. All right, I understood. Okay, we are going in alphabetical order. We are first checking A, B, C, D, and E. We will increment plus 1 and we increment plus 1 again. Sorry, we will increment to 0 because 1 minus 1 is 0, and then plus 1. Now S is 1. Now C will make it 0 and D will make it minus 1, which will make it return false. Even if we pass this and then this, then A will make it 0, B will make it 1, then we don't need to check for other other one out here. Did we submitted it? So let me submit this, and I would like to see the discussion to understand how others feel after sorting alphanumerically. If S1 can break S2, for example. So this problem has been phrased just unacceptably. I have reported. Hopefully, this behavior does not make me very sad to see. It could like try to improve and the sorting has been order of an. Well, I got it. What's really happening here is instead of sorting things out here, we took the counter of each variable and we are going alphabetical order. We are going in alphabetical order, and if both of them are alphabetically increasing and both of them are alphabetically decreasing, then we'll have true for one of the both. If both are not in a sorted order, either ascending or descending, then both will become false, which will lead to a false answer. For example, if you sorted ABE and ACD, ABE is the sorted one and ACD is sorted, and we have A B in the first one, C D in the second one, and E in the third one, which makes which made a overlap between S1 and S2. So we are actually checking a overlap between the characters. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys understood the intuition. If you like the video, upvote it and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll meet you again with another video. Until then, keep learning and keep pushing hard. Also, don't forget to leave a comment so that we can address your problems and doubts. Thank you for choosing the channel again. Goodbye, guys.